Well, now that they have opened up the floodgates to creator connections, this has inevitably led to a bunch of questions such as what in the crap is this? And how in the crap do I make money at this? So, I'm going to share with you 10 things that I think everybody needs to know about the Creator Connections program. This is going to be applicable if you're brand new to it and you're just trying to sort through all the chaos, or if you're already in the program. I got some gold for both of you. So, we're going to get into all that. I'm Rob, been in the Amazon Influencer program for a year and a half. I'm just here sharing tips, tricks, and advice. These are things that I have learned along the way, both good and bad, to hopefully help you make more money in the program. So, if that sounds good to you, like it's in your wheelhouse, hit the subscribe on this. And if you get halfway through this, like number 4, number 5, and you go, this guy's actually kind of helpful, or he's incredibly handsome and I've never seen someone so cute, hit the like button as well. I like likes. I think I'm your Amazon influencer guy. All right, so number 1 is the big one. This is one that most people don't realize. It's the one I didn't know for a year. I was in the program for like a year, and then I saw somebody mention this in passing, and I was like, wait a second. The Amazon influencer videos that you are already making, that you are already uploading to your storefront, the ones that already exist, you've already done the work for, those do qualify for content in the Creator Connections program. What that means is, so for example, here is a trackball. It's a mouse that I use because I'm a nerd. And I did a video for this some time ago. It's already done. The work is done. I haven't thought much about it since then. But if a campaign appears for trackball, I can use that video that I've already made, that the work's already done, and use that as my content for that campaign. So I can accept that campaign and then link my video that I've already done the work for. You select, there's a drop down. So once you select it and then you go to put your content in, you select video from the drop down. There's a bunch of different types on there. It says like YouTube video and article and blog and all sorts. For the Amazon onsite, you pick video and you can link that. I did not know that was a thing. And it's my biggest regret over the last year is that I ignored it. I thought the program didn't have much value. And this ended up being an absolute game changer for me. So those do work. Now, my second one is, look, you don't have to actually have these products on hand to make money in the Creator Connections program. You're going to be relying on things such as collages and posting those collages. If you have a Facebook or a TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is you got approved with, or whatever you've got linked up with Amazon, you can post those over there and drive traffic based on those collages you've made or the posts you've made. Like, I know a popular one is like, if you have a deals group, you might just put the link to the product and then drive people from your Facebook group or something like that. And you can say, hey, guys, I just saw this soccer ball was 50% off. Go get it while it's hot, or whatever the thing is. And people go, I like hot stuff. And then they can click and go there. You don't actually have to have the product on hand. Now, for certain avenues, for certain types of content, having it on hand makes a huge difference. Like the on-site videos, right? On-site videos, having them on hand ends up sort of being paramount to the program and conversion rates, but it's not necessarily a requirement. So if you're looking at a campaign and you're like, man, that really seems like a good earning opportunity, but I don't have the product, or I can't afford to buy the product right now, or I can't get it for free, whatever it is, you don't have to. If you have a different way to present that to off-site people and drive them to Amazon, you can still make really good money doing that. All right, the third one is free samples, and this one gets asked about a lot because Creator Connections for a while was sort of hot with people, brands offering free samples, and then it seemed to really cool off, and now it's just not very common anymore. But there is a line on each campaign that says something like, do they offer free samples, yes or no? So here's the thing with free samples. If it says yes on there, you can message the brand and say, hey, I'm interested. Can I get a sample? But don't be surprised if they don't reply. They put sometimes yes on there, maybe to get people interested. I don't know. Sometimes it works out. I've had a few send stuff to me in the past, but sometimes it's just not going to work out. If it says no, that also doesn't necessarily mean no. Sometimes you can see a campaign and you're like, well, it says no, but I'm still interested. I'll ask anyways. You can message them through the messenger that's built into Creator Connections and just say, hey, I'm thinking about getting this. You got a free sample for me or not, bro? And sometimes they'll actually send you a little bit of something. So you can't really trust if it says yes or no on there either way. My personal thing, though, is I don't care if they're offering free samples or not, for a couple of reasons. One is the negotiation time it takes in order to get the free sample could be weeks. Like if it says yes, and you're like, okay, hey, hello, send me something, please. One, they have to actually respond, which you're going to find a lot of them don't. Two, they have to take the time to respond, then actually ship it out to you, and then you have to shoot the content, and then you have to wait for it to get uploaded, etc. There's a lot of time kind of invested there. And again, that's even if they respond and a lot of them simply are not going to respond. Or if they do, they're going to say, no, we don't offer anything. Sorry about that. And then you've wasted a few days waiting for that process. My whole thing is, when it comes to free samples, or when it comes to campaigns, I should say, that I think are going to make money, if I see a campaign that's going to make me money and I think that's a good opportunity, I want to get that product in my hand as fast as I possibly can. And I don't want to rely on somebody else agreeing to get me that product. So typically, I'll just go ahead and buy that product. Again, if I think it's a legit money-making opportunity, for me, the freeness of it, unless it's like a super expensive product, which honestly I don't touch a whole heck of a lot anyways, but I just want that thing in my hands as fast as possible. I want to get the product upload or the video uploaded because I want to start earning commissions as fast as I possibly can. Now, if it's just something that you want and you're like, I'll just get that free product and I'll upload a link somewhere, I don't actually care if it makes money or not. All right, then maybe, wait around to see if you can get the free sample. But I'm in it to try to make commissions and money. And that's why, for me, the free sample thing ends up being kind of a moot point. One of the big things that I look for whenever I'm accepting a campaign is number 4. I say keep an eye on the end date. Because in the past, I didn't realize this. I would accept campaigns without a lot of time left to earn anything on them. So what would happen then is I would accept it. There'd be 2 weeks left on it. I would have to wait for me to get the product in my hand. I would have to wait for the video to actually get uploaded and approved by Amazon. And then I have to wait for it to become visible by Amazon because that's all a couple of days. And all of a sudden, it's the end of the campaign and I made no money on it, even though I did the work for it. So typically what I'm going to do now is I don't accept campaigns unless it's got at least like 2 months left. And to be honest, I'd rather see it like be 6 months or longer. If it's a money-making opportunity, if it's got no competition from other influencers already on it, and I can earn for the next 6 months, to me, that's primo. I don't want to be under the gun that, oh man, I just got this product and I've only got 6 days left. I have to hurry. You're just not going to be able to make very much money on that. So keep an eye on those end dates before you accept to make sure you got plenty of time to earn your money. Number 5, whenever we talk about commission rates, whenever I'm looking at campaigns to accept, I don't really take that into consideration on whether or not I'm going to accept it. Well, that's not totally true. I look at it in terms of if I'm going to buy something myself, how long is it going to take for me to recoup that money and then make the money, right? So then obviously a higher commission rate. But if it's a money-making opportunity for me, and going back to point number 4, if there's enough time there where it's going to have time to be exposed to the market and buyers to have a chance to buy it, I'm not super worried if it's X percent versus X percent of something. Because for me, I look at it all like, look, I think this is going to sell regardless. Yes, I could make more money with this other one, but I'm going to be making money with both of them either way. So personally, I don't pay a lot of attention to the commission rate. I pay more attention to the product itself. And if I see it as a money-making opportunity, which I'll get into here in a little bit on what I'm actually looking for. Number 6, a lot of these sellers will upload multiple campaigns for basically the same products. You're going to see, I've seen sometimes some crazy numbers, like 20 and above all at once. What I think they're actually doing there is they're uploading a campaign per category. And so each one of those is actually a different category campaign. But it doesn't seem like there's any way you can't earn from all of them at the exact same time. Something always takes precedence. I don't know what the algorithm is there. And look, somebody correct me if I'm wrong here. This is what I've seen so far, and also talking with other people. And I've got multiple campaigns on same products right now, and this is exactly what I'm seeing there as well. And one of the things I noticed too was there was one campaign that I was already earning money from, and then they put a new one on at a higher percentage. I accepted that new one, and that one started to earn money, and now the older one, even though it's still active, is just sitting there doing nothing. But I've always done it. I've also done it to where I've done that same thing on a different product, where I've accepted one later that was a better commission, and it doesn't earn anything. So I don't know what the hierarchy there is, but you can't earn from both of them. So, feel free to knock yourself out if you want to accept all 20 something of them and add your links to all of them. But what I would just say to do is look for the one with the best commission rate times the one with the best end date that gives you the most exposure time to the market, and that's the one that I would be going with. Well, that actually ended up being number 6 and number 7. Number 7 was accepting multiple. Number 8, strikes. So this is something that you see every once in a while where people are talking about getting strikes in the Amazon Influencer Program for basically not uploading your content or not fulfilling your end of the bargain. In other words, you've accepted a campaign with essentially an agreement that you are going to create content somewhere and then link that content to the campaign. And if you don't do that, then there is this idea of strikes, which Amazon has said is a thing, but there doesn't seem to be any impact from that. I have not seen one example yet of people getting any sort of like removed from the program or kicked out or punished or anything like that. whenever it comes to strikes. Now, it could be that like if you go and you're like, I'm just gonna accept every campaign on there, then you've accepted 5,000 campaigns, or actually there's way more than that now. But if you do it like that and you abuse it, maybe you put yourself at risk there. Now, look, of course, as soon as I make this video, somebody's gonna go, I just got booted. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to jinx everybody there. But as of right now, there is a concept of strikes, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of impact from that. But the main thing is just, if you accept a campaign, just show your thoroughness, right? Show that you are willing to stay committed to what you committed to, and just make sure you always link whatever your content is to that campaign. But that takes me to point number 9, which is actually something interesting. And if you're in the program very long, you might notice that you may end up earning money on a campaign which you haven't even linked your content to yet. You might be going like, wait a minute. I didn't even link my content to it yet. How does it know? I don't know how Amazon knows this, but if people buy through your links, like so if it's an affiliate link, if it's an Amazon influencer link, whatever it is, wherever it's at in the ecosystem, somehow Amazon knows about this. So when it comes to creator connections, you actually can still earn on those campaigns, even though you haven't linked your content to it yet, because it's all coming into Amazon. They're pulling your Amazon associate ID. They're pulling your influencer ID, whatever it is, and it's still collecting that information, and it'll credit to specific campaigns that match. So you actually can still, even if you don't add your content, you can still earn from those campaigns. But that goes back to my last point, which was just stick to the thing you said you were going to do and upload your content to the thing, because they could come back eventually later and go like, oh, this person doesn't link their content, and you're like, well, I didn't think we had to. That guy on the internet said we didn't have to. I'm telling you, just go ahead and do it anyways, because it could change in the future, and they come back and they're like, here's the people that suck at doing that, and then you're going to be mad at me. So you can still earn, but you should still be adding your content links every time. Number 10, this is my favorite one. I talk about product research on nearly all of my videos, because for me, this is the prime thing, the number one thing. It doesn't matter if you're doing creator connections, but I'll talk to you how I'm applying that here. It doesn't matter where you're using this on Amazon. Creator connections, on-site videos, off-site content, whatever the thing is, associate stuff. If you're trying to make money, you always need to be doing product research to make sure that the products that you are selecting videos to do, or in this case, campaigns to accept for certain products, have an opportunity to make money. What do I mean by that, bud? Here's what I'm looking for. If I see a campaign that pops up and I'm looking at the products inside of that campaign, I don't care about the commission percentage. I don't care about I do kind of care about the end date, because that's what I'm looking for at this point. But right now I'm just trying to qualify products, right? I'm trying to qualify. So I'm going to look at the products that are available for that particular campaign. Sometimes campaigns will just have one product under it. Sometimes it'll have 30, sometimes in that same campaign, whatever it is. I'm looking at those products and I'm going through my same set of criteria that I look at whenever I'm considering buying any product. If I want to make money on it, A, does it have a sales history? Does it have a 50 sold in the last 30 days? 500 sold in the last 30 days? 1,000, which starts to really kind of get into my giggly zone. I like that. But I want to make sure that the products have a heartbeat. Most of the products on Amazon don't ever get a set of eyeballs on them. And I want to make sure that if I am investing myself, both physically and financially, into a product, that it has a heartbeat. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that it's going to keep selling, but it's a better chance than those that have never sold. So that's the first thing I look at. Second is, I don't want to compete against any other influencers on this product. If there's one other influencer video on this product, I'm out. Why? Because there's too many products that have no influencer videos on there, no competition, and I'd rather have one of those. So if there's any influencer videos on them, I'm out. And yes, there are plenty and plenty. There are so many products that still have zero saturation on them at all. And of course, the caveat to that, or the point 2A, is you want to make sure also that the product allows influencer videos in the upper carousel. And by the way, all these things are on my channel here. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and you can go and watch all my other videos about all this stuff. This is just sort of the summary. So that's the second thing, is no influencer videos whatsoever, and typically only one brand video. And I want it to be under like a minute long. If there's 2 brand videos, I start getting a little bit squirmish. I might still do it, but and I don't want them to be 5-minute long videos. I don't want people to have to sit through 5 minutes of brand videos before they get to mine. So one brand video, no influencer videos. That's the second thing. And those are really the 2.5 main things that I look for when I'm doing my product research. I want to make sure that it's been selling, so it gives me more hope that it's going to continue to sell in some fashion. And 2, saturation. I just don't want to compete against anybody else. I do look at a couple of other things, such as the product ranking within its category, and if it's ranked within multiple categories. I look at some of the labels. Does it have an Amazon choice? Does it have a bestseller label? Does it have a new release label? Because I think those tend to draw more traction. They don't bump up sales necessarily, but I do think that they create more clicks because of those fancy little banners they put on them. So I'm looking at things like that, but ultimately it's the two main things of, does it have a sales history, and what is the saturation level of the product itself? And if it passes that criteria, then I go to the campaign and I go, okay, this product is a yes. Do I have enough time left to earn on it? And then sort of secondary after that is like, what is the commission rate to make sure I'm getting the best commission rate, right? Because if there's multiple campaigns for that product, I want to pick the one with the best overall. But that's it. Product research is the key. Doesn't matter if you're doing creator connections or anything else within the influencer program. You got to know that the products you're picking are money-making opportunities, because if they're not, then what in the F are we doing here, folks? I thought that this would be helpful. I hope that it is. And if it was, maybe by now you've already hit that like button or the subscribe, surely. If not, then what are we doing here? Like, help a boy out. And also, I appreciate everybody with the comments and the conversation about this. I'm here guessing with, like, a lot of you. All I know is what I see in front of me and what I know has worked for me and what hasn't. And I'm just trying to kind of help share some of these things. I don't have a course to sell. Honestly, my main goal here is I'd like to get my YouTube channel sort of built up here by helping people, and maybe I can eventually monetize it and have a little bit of money coming in through that. So I kind of just thought, why not? Let's try this. So I appreciate you guys saying that the things that I am making are helpful. I got a couple more scripts and things on the way that I am working on. Don't want to talk about them quite yet because they're proving harder than I thought that they were going to be. But just here trying to help you guys out. So I appreciate the subscribes. And anytime that you guys mention me to somebody else, I appreciate that. So thanks, y'all. We'll see you on the next video. Let me know if this was helpful or any other tips or questions you may have down in the comments below. See you on the next one. Peace out.